Hello, everyone, and welcome to another community conversation where we are joined by a wonderful special guest, a dear sister of mine, and that is Diana, who is the founder of Wow Afro Community. Welcome, Diana.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you so much for being here today. We are so grateful for you and all that you do. I just want to note that we are wearing matching shirts, everyone, as you can
Yes.
see. Gotta represent Mama Africa. So this is the logo, some of the branding behind Wow Afro Community. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Wow Afro Community? Of course, there is a very important special event coming up on February 13th. So everyone mark your calendars. But why don't you tell us about the organization?
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for taking time to listen to this. So, just briefly, Wow Afro Community is really an initiative. It is an initiative to promote Black unity, two, to really showcase the African culture, and that's linked to the Black unity, right? And then the third aspect of it is also to promote Black-owned businesses as well as minority-owned businesses. So those are the three main reasons why I founded Wow Afro Community. One, I felt like being in Atlanta, especially, it's full of beautiful Black people, Africans, African Americans, people from, the island, all over the world. And so I thought of a way of really unifying us, right? And what is the, common thing that binds us? I think that is the roots to Africa. So having had that connection, which is the roots to Africa, the most amazing thing about us is the culture, right? It is so unique. So while Afro Community, does events that really showcase us, the African culture, as well as bringing us together, which is the other point, Black unity, as well as promoting Black-owned businesses within our community, as well as minority-owned businesses.
And that is so important. So Diana and I met protesting last summer in Atlanta, of course, with Black Lives Matter and the movement just fighting for justice. And that's how we connected. And we know that this is a long game, right? Part of us achieving social justice and equity is by being intentional, by investing in Black-owned businesses, by, supporting Black-owned businesses. And that is exactly what Diana and her team are curating in Clarkston coming up on February 13th. Tell us about the Wow Afro Community, Afro Street Market, and what it's all about.
Right. So I am so excited about the Afro Street Market because even though it's happening in February and it's going to be indoors, eventually the goal is to have it outdoors. Outdoors, on the street where people can see the beautiful businesses within the community and just the beauty of the people around the community, right? That is there to support the businesses in the community that, there are a lot of people working so hard to create something, right? And if something is created and it's not being supported, then it's dead. It cannot relive or it cannot grow. So the beauty of the market is really to amplify these small businesses within our community that we may not be aware of, bringing them together. And these are all unique vendors, from beads, from wine to Afrocentric clothing and jewelry from Africa, especially Kenya. It's just going to be beautiful. So the whole point of the market on February 13th at Clarkston Community Center is to bring our community together to support the small businesses that are here in Atlanta.
And that is much needed, especially during these trying times. You're creating this space for people to come together. If you are watching this, please, please, please come out on February 13th. Support locally owned businesses, Black-owned businesses, and all of the wonderful items that are going to be there. And, obviously, we're still in the middle of navigating the pandemic, and there are going to be safety measures in place. So why don't you tell us just a list of some of those safety measures in place to keep people safe?
Yes, absolutely. So, as mentioned, Hannah mentioned that, it's tough times, right? A lot of people were not able to sell their products. So this is an opportunity for us to help them. 2020 was very hard for a lot of businesses. And so this is an opportunity. So we are doing everything we can. We're going to have measures in place so it's a safe environment for everyone. There will be masks required to enter the building. There will be temperature check before you enter the building. For check-in, it's going to be contactless. We're going to have signs and volunteers in place letting people, practice social distancing. There are multiple exit points so people are not bumping into each other. And we've actually, we rented out the entire community center, so it's enough space to separate out the vendors so, people are not cramped, in the smallest space. So it's going to be very open and very safe, but at the same time, it's going to be rewarding because everyone who comes there is there to support a business that is striving to put their business out there in the public. It's a dream they're trying to bring alive, and they need you to make that dream come true.
Woo, go ahead and tell them. Go ahead and tell them. Yes, that is so real. It's so real. So many dreams, so many amazing products out there, amazing businesses out there. And you can catch all of them in one place under one roof on February 13th at the Clarkston Community Center at 3701 College Avenue in Clarkston, Georgia. Tickets are $10 general admission, and then children 10 and under are able to get in free of admission. So you definitely want to make sure you're coming out, supporting, and this is a great way to honor our community and support our community. And Diana, before we go, I know obviously this is a celebration of the culture across the world, right? Like, and if you could just tell us a little bit about you personally, your heritage, your background, and what sort of planted that seed inside of you.
Absolutely. So I am 100% Ghanaian. My mom and my dad are both from Ghana, from Ghana. I grew up there and I moved here when I was 24. Do not ask me how old I am, but I'm old.
I can't tell.
So what really brought this initiative or planted this inside my heart is because I'm so far away from home, but I live here now and this is my new home, right? And so, what are some of the things that'll help me connect to home? It is the culture, and the thought process is I cannot experience that culture alone, or I cannot reminisce it alone. How about share it with the community? They do not have to travel all the way back to Africa to experience Africa. Africa is right here in Atlanta through Wow Afro Community, through our festivals and our market, for them to experience that, and the passion to, really, help the community through businesses, right? So the passion, to help businesses grow, and that's what generated, the support for Black businesses, which is one of the focuses of Wow Afro Community.
Love it. We love it. And it's like you said, you get a taste of the motherland right here in Atlanta. We don't have to go. I mean, obviously we'd love to travel right now if we could, but that's not really feasible in this very moment. So we're going to experience the culture. We're going to experience a taste of Mama Africa in so many different ways, as well as supporting Black owned businesses across Atlanta, which is so important. And it is Black History Month. So make sure, as we walk through this month and the rest of the year, we got to be intentional where our dollars are going. Let's make sure to invest our dollars intentionally so we can support Black owned businesses today, tomorrow, and every day. So Diana, any final message you want to share with us before we close out today?
Well, I'm glad that you actually used the word intentional, because I made a post today and it was simply, we should celebrate Black excellence. We should promote and work towards Black unity, and we should support Black businesses. And if we're not intentional about these things, it's not going to happen. We need to be intentional about celebrating each other when the good happens. Like Stacey Abrams today nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. That's amazing. We need to celebrate that because it's a huge achievement. Black unity. We need to celebrate each other. We need to come together as one people. We have to be intentional about it. And supporting Black owned businesses. If we're not intentional, it's not going to happen. So everyone come out, to the Afro Street Market on February 13th. Be intentional. Come and support the businesses within our community.
That's right. Be intentional. Support Black-owned businesses. Diana, we will see you and Afro Community at the Afro Street Market. Can't wait, and I'll definitely be rocking my shirt again. Y'all make sure to show up and show out, because it's going to be a good time. Diana,
Awesome.
Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you soon, and best wishes. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Hannah. Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.